Hi, I'm Fred Finn, candidate for the 35th District, Position 2. Let me tell you a little bit about myself and why I'm running and some of my goals for the legislature. First, I'm a graduate of Johns Hopkins University. I then had a year of law school and enlisted in the Army in 1968 and served till 71. Came back, finished law school, and went to work at the Federal Communications Commission. Spent 10 years in Washington, D.C. and New York in various telecommunications businesses, and finally as a partner in a Washington, D.C. law firm. And a client of mine sent me out here on a beautiful summer day to look at the market for a new radio station. And I fell in love. I fell in love with the area, with the people, and the opportunity to try to make a difference in a smaller community. I came out some 21 years ago and helped build a competitor radio station, which we won't give the name of, on KMAS. And I stayed there for a year and then bought a dying downtown business in Olympia called Lynch Paint and managed that for 9 years with my wife, who, bless her heart, agreed to come with me. She had worked as a nurse at Georgetown Hospital and later in Capital Medical Center. We ran that business for 9 years. I swept up cigarette butts in front of the building before the door opened and cleaned up around the dump area in the back before we closed down. After that, I've been involved with renovating buildings for the last 10 years in a 3-county area. In Mason County, I built the Brookside Apartments, which is the only large apartment building privately financed to have been built in the county, as far as I know, in the last 10 years. We also renovated the building at First and Railroad that Vern's Restaurant is in. I'm very proud of that. We put together a partnership and bought that out of bankruptcy. One of the reasons we came out to this community was to get involved in a smaller community and hopefully make a positive impact. I've been involved with various Rotary clubs and chambers, and was president of the Boys and Girls Club, Big Brothers Big Sisters, and founding board member of Boys and Girls Club. And I served 9 years on our local school board. And it was those 9 years that convinced me to run for the legislature. I just finished my first term. I'm proud to have served on seven different committees. I think they saw me coming when it came time to serve on all those committees, but I did not miss a single floor vote, and I think that's important in your legislator. Also, I was elected to be a minority whip, assistant whip, and also as vice chair in my second term of the Technology, Energy, and Communications Committee. I had 4 bills passed in my first term, important bills to provide funding for Puget Sound partnership efforts to improve job quality and retain job growth within the district and keep the salmon hatcheries open, and to increase penalties for theft of timber services, as well as to promote education reform. And I'm very proud of those. We've got a lot to do. We had a major budget deficit. We, like 48 other states in the Union. Unlike 2/3 of the states, we did not raise income tax or general sales tax. We chose to raise other taxes. I voted against amending 960. That was the initiative that the people passed a couple of years ago to make it more difficult to raise taxes. And I think that's an important, it should be hard to raise taxes. So the future, I have a number of priorities. I think we have to continue working on fully funding basic education. We've taken a couple of good steps. We have much, much more to do. Also, the Belfair bypass, I was successful in getting that some significant funds put back into the budget and to have a Department of Transportation study done to look at how we can build that bypass at a more reasonable rate. Those things, cleaning up Hood Canal, are all important, and most important of all, I think, are going to be jobs, jobs, jobs. And as a candidate who has spent most of his life in the private sector, I know what it's like to run a business. I know how tough it is, and that's going to be a major priority for me should I be reelected. Thank you again. I'm Fred Finn, 35th District.